we definitely are expecting the higher environment and climate ambition, and that is a global higher environment and climate ambition, which definitely encompasses reducing negative impacts from intensive farming, because those are often things that are particularly flagged and particularly highlighted, but equally encompass biodiversity loss and the sort of things that are perhaps more associated with high nature value farming, including all the climate benefits that come from there. So the concept of that is integral and is global, and those three specific objectives are all there, and the enhanced ambition is expected to cover all of those. There are, of course, the funding requirements for the ring fencing for environment and climate within Pillar 2, and the shift this time that no longer includes the ANC funding, which has been a large chunk of that, especially in some regions up to now, and the possibility to transfer funding from Pillar 1 to Pillar 2, and that's not co-financed. So there is a possibility to beef up and to put a lot of funding within Pillar 2, as well as the funding that comes in Pillar 1. I think, obviously, we operate on two levels. There's the EU legal framework, and then there's what happens in the member states in delivering the CAP plans. The Commission is not responsible for all ills, and cannot take on its shoulders the everything that happens everywhere, much as sometimes we feel that people would like us to or expect us to, or anything that goes wrong in Brussels. Member states have a big responsibility. The partnership, the stakeholders have a responsibility, and there is a requirement there that the CAP plans will be produced, and that these are the responsibility of the member state. They're approved by the Commission, but they're the responsibility of the member state, and the stakeholders are there involved. It's really clear that there's a huge amount of expertise and knowledge and data and evidence amongst this group here, and all your members and your links and your partners in your organisations back in your member states. And I would really encourage you to be in contact with your administrations. And I think, based on the sorts of questions that we're getting in from member states who are saying, goodness, the new CAP is really different, because instead of giving us a menu with lots of things that we have to comply with and fill in, which we could do, now you're throwing this open and we have to design what to do. Now, I don't think it's reasonable or appropriate to expect the ministries to be able to do that all on their own. They have a competence and a responsibility in the things that they can do. But when they're putting together something like this, they also need, and I would imagine want to work with people on the ground to know what the needs are and what needs to be done. This is a communal effort. Everyone has something to do and a part to play, and I think we all need to be in there doing that together to make it work. And that probably does sound very idealist. I am an idealist, and I hope that everybody is, because I think we even though we recognise the constraints and the difficulties that we all work under, if we don't keep that hope and optimism and keep striving and working to make the opportunities that we have the best that they can, then we're lost.